weather, thanks. 6:50 now. This is your morning in 8 minutes. And this morning, a long list of schools are closed due to the weather.
Yeah, multiple schools opening late and on delays as well. Take a look at your screen. Multiple counties affected. If your child goes to school in Campbell, Claiborne, Cott, Granger, or Hancock County, those schools are closed. If you have a child at Knoxville, Knox County Head Start in the morning session or Tri-State Christian Academy, they are out as well. For our viewers in Kentucky, Harlan County schools are closed today for NTI or non-traditional instruction day. Officials tell us teachers will be available from 8:30 this morning to 3 to help students with assignments.
For parents in Cumberland, Knox, Sevier, and Union counties, those schools are opening 2 hours late this morning. Knoxville Head Start, extended day, and Tennessee School for the Deaf will also start 2 hours late. Newport Grammar School will open 1 hour late. Rogersville schools are on a 2-hour delay as well. You
can find those closings and delays as well as any updates that come into our newsroom this morning inside your WVLT News app.
This morning, a silver alert is in effect for a missing 20-year-old out of Nashville. Take a look at your screen now. This is Christopher Frankenberry. Again, he's missing out of the Nashville area. He was last seen yesterday wearing a black sweatshirt, black pants. The 20-year-old is about 5'6" with blonde hair and blue eyes. Officials tell us he has a medical condition that could make it harder for him to get home safely on his own. If you see him, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Crime Stoppers also need your help on this Wednesday morning finding this man. Police say he went into University Liquors on Cumberland Avenue near UT, asked for a bottle of liquor from behind the counter and took off. When the employee tried stopping him at the door, police tell us the man pulled out a knife and told the employee to get back. This happened Sunday night just before 7 o'clock. If you think you know who this is, please call Crime Stoppers. And Crime Stoppers also needs your help finding this person. It's very hard to tell, but police tell us this person is caught on camera throwing a rock through a window at the L&N STEM Academy in downtown Knoxville. This happened on Sunday. The rock broke a window and a 3D printer, causing about $1,300 in damage. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. That number at the bottom of your screen, and as always, inside your WVLT News app. And this morning, a 13-year-old student charged after a bomb threat was sent to multiple Jefferson County school principals.
Investigators say the threats were a hoax. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office tells us the threat had been sent by email to the principals. The bomb threat involved 5 schools. School resource officers did a sweep through all of the schools and did not find anything suspicious. Investigators say they tracked down the email to a student at Rush Strong School in Strawberry Plains. That middle schooler is now charged for threats of mass destruction this morning.
And an update to a story we brought you a few weeks ago.
This morning, protesters plan to be at the first meeting of the Satanic Temple after school club in Cordova. That's right outside of Memphis. People as far as Texas and California are planned to protest after the school district approved the club at the elementary school's library. People who live nearby say it makes them uneasy. The club is not endorsed by Memphis Shelby County Schools, but the Satanic Temple is a federally recognized nonprofit, and a 2001 Supreme Court ruling gives them the right to be at a K-5 school. Tennessee lawmakers back in session for day 2 of the new legislative session today.
Yeah, here's what we learned from day 1. Restrictions were put on the public and media yesterday. More than a dozen people were demanding that legislators pass laws that better protect Tennesseans from gun violence. They also talked about health care restrictions and discrimination. Physicians spoke about abortion rights. Trans activists talked about equality, and leaders called for people to register to vote. As the session gets going, be sure to keep checking that WVLT News app for updates. We'll bring them to you through the app and, of course, on air.
Well, new details this morning. A growing number of Republicans say they'd support using a government shutdown as a negotiating tactic.
Right now, the U.S. operating under a 2-part funding plan that expires January 19th and February 2nd. Some conservatives say letting the clock run out could pressure Democrats into more spending cuts and tighter border security. Several are holding an event this afternoon to explain that position. House Speaker Mike Johnson says House and Senate leaders are working on a long-term bipartisan plan. GOP sources say party leaders have floated the idea of another stopgap funding bill, but they'd rather pass a long-term bill.
New this morning, we're getting a look at Monaro's 2024 lineup. You're going to see a long list of performers in the 4-day festival this year. Pretty Lights, Post Malone, and Red Hot Chili Peppers are headlining, along with Maggie Rogers, Jason Isbell, and Megan Thee Stallion. It runs June 13th, back on the farm in Manchester. Pre-sale for tickets start tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
It is 6:54. We do want to get a check of that first alert traffic with Kristen Allen.
Good morning. Taking a quick look at those drive times to get started this morning. Here's 40 East, Alcoa Highway North, I-75 South, all in the green as you're stepping out the door on this Wednesday morning. So some good news as you have somewhere to be this morning. Let's take a look there at Pellissippi Parkway. Looking pretty good all the way across, except down there in Rockford. Have a little bit of a slowdown, but that's really not going to hold you back this morning. So that's some good news. Take a look at our big picture. Here on Clinton Highway, we've been following slowdowns on and off there all morning, but really those are starting to mellow out as we get closer to that morning rush. So we'll hope it stays that way. We'll be sure to let you know. Taking a look here at I-40, I-275 going into downtown Knoxville. Downtown's looking pretty good.
5 minutes to 7 now as we start the day off here with a few flurries but cold winds. Just make sure the kids are really dressed to block the wind chill. Make sure you're ready for it, especially for those of you who work outdoors. We're going to have to block these wind chills all day long. It doesn't matter if you're headed out the door on time, 2-hour delay. This afternoon, wind chills are the story all day. We're just seeing some of those flurries fly around in our higher elevations. See a light dusting there on the parking lot at Ober Mountain. But either way, the last couple of snow showers are now up in the mountains. Could see a flurry fall from this cold cloud cover blanketing our area with those winds still kicking around. Gusts around 25 miles per hour at the peak for the rest of today, making it feel like 26 right now in Knoxville, 25 Von Orr and Huntsville. Feels like 21 right now in Crossville. That's what you got to dress for. But keep in mind, I want to chart out those wind chills all day. When are you leaving? I got you covered. 28 at 10. It'll feel like 32 at 1. Wind chill this afternoon, 35. So that is part of our story for today, ending the week with that next first alert weather day for those strong storms. Then that sets the stage for the colder weekend, which then really helps that next system be a little more potent in terms of that deep freeze, that extended freeze. So that's really important here. I know it's a busy first alert 8-day planner. Well, it's a busy time of year in East Tennessee, let's be honest. So I've got you covered on all the tracks that you need to see to help you make your plans ahead coming up at 7 on the CW.
Yeah, as if we're not busy with the new year and everything that goes along with it, 8-day planner comes in.
Tis the season.
Exactly. 6:56. Stay warm today. Headed over to WBXX, the CW Knoxville.